Shavua Tov. Unfortunately, before Shabbat, there was a very sad incident that occurred in Montreal, Canada. You know, we have a long relationship with the oldest synagogue in Montreal, Shara Shamayim. It's a 160-year-old Orthodox synagogue in Montreal. The cantor Gideon Zelamaria, comes every year to Palm Beach to daven, to lead services one Shabbat a year. And many of our members are members up north at Shara Shamayim during the summer months, and they come to us during the winter months. Well, this beautiful synagogue, historic, when its members came to shul on Friday morning, the main doors, which there are a set of double doors, more than a half a dozen beautiful, majestic double doors, had big black swastikas painted across all of the doors. You know, we're learning now about the first act of anti-Semitism and persecution of the Jews in Egypt, and how God took the Jewish people out of slavery. And it was Moshe Rabbeinu who stood up for his brethren and went out to defend them as he was being raised as a prince in the palace of Pharaoh. And when the Torah introduces this, the Torah says, Vayigdal Moshe vayetze el achav. Moses grew older. He was the adopted child of Batya, the princess, the daughter of Pharaoh. He grew up and he went out to his brethren to help them. And the commentaries say there's another way to read this verse, that it doesn't mean he grew up, he became an adult. It means he became vayigdal, from the word gadol. He became great. How did he become great? When vayetze el achav, when he went out to his brethren. The sign of greatness is when we're willing to go out to help another. When we're willing to help our brothers, that shows that we've matured, we've grown, we've developed and reached greatness, because greatness is being able to go beyond ourselves and hear and care for the plight of others. As we see anti-Semitism growing, not just in America, but in Canada, in Europe, around the world, and when we see what's going on in our country with the divide of one American against the other American, we have to learn the seminal message of the Parsha, that Moses, the first and the greatest redeemer of the Jewish people, the one who cried out, "Let my people go," which has become the rallying cry for every generation, including Martin Luther King, whose birthday we celebrate this weekend, who echoed the message of Moses standing up for the freedom of his people. We have to remember Vayigdal. The goal in life is to become great. And greatness is measured not by your own accomplishments. No matter how great they are, that does not make you great. True greatness is measured by the fact that Vayetze el achav, you can go out to care about your fellow man, the plight of others. You go out to your brethren. And this is what we need more than ever today, both in our country and amongst the Jewish people. Vayetze el achav. Let us hear the needs and the plight of our fellow Jews and our fellow Americans. There's a story told about a very wealthy man who had the finest horses that he purchased from around the world, from the finest stables, the best bred horses, strong, healthy, powerful. And one day he was going with his wagon on the road, and his wagon fell into a ditch. And as much as his horses were pulling the wagon, these strong horses couldn't get the wagon out of the ditch. Along came a simple old farmer with two old horses, simple horses, and he said, "Let me help you." And he hitched his horses to the wagon, and after some pulling with great strength, the two old horses managed to pull the wagon of the rich man out of the ditch. The rich man turned to the simple farmer and said, "I don't understand. I have the best horses in the world. I paid top dollar for the most expensive, well-bred horses, and they couldn't pull the wagon out of the ditch. How did your simple old horses do it?" And the simple farmer said to the rich man, "Tell me, where did you get your horses?" He says, "Precisely. This horse over here comes from Egypt. It was bred in the finest stables in Egypt. And this one here I imported from India." And the simple farmer said, "You see, that's the problem. These two horses, they don't know each other. They don't care about each other. They have nothing to do with one another." But he says, "My two simple old horses, they're actually brothers. And so when one sees that the other one is pulling strenuously, the other one helps him because it's his brother. And together, because they care about each other and they love each other, they manage to pull the wagon out of the ditch." In life, we have to remember that we're all brothers. And when we work together as brothers and we pull in the same direction, not this one going in this direction, this one going in that direction, not this one being insensitive or apathetic to the plight of the others, but each one realizing, this is my brother, I need to help him. Then as Jews and as Americans and as a world, we can pull ourselves out of any ditch, any plight that we find ourselves in. That's the prayer, to learn from Moshe Rabbeinu. Let us go out and see the plight and care about the plight of one another. And then together we can overcome all the ditches, all the forces of evil in this world, because together the forces of good and light will unite. Have a wonderful day. Shavua Tov.